Imagine a philosophy as ancient as time itself, yet still resonating deeply in our hearts and minds today. This is the essence of Stoicism, a school of thought born in ancient Greece and flourishing in Rome. Stoic teachings offer us powerful tools to face the challenges of modern life with serenity and resilience. But why do so many people only discover Stoic wisdom late in life? What could they have done differently if they had learned these lessons earlier? Throughout this text, we will explore these questions and uncover the secrets of Stoicism that can transform your life forever. Part 1. The Illusion of Control. We live in a world where the feeling of control is often just a mirage. The Stoics teach us that much of human suffering arises from the futile attempt to control the uncontrollable. Imagine trying to hold water with your hands. The more you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. So it is with life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that there are two distinct spheres: what we can control and what is beyond our control. Our thoughts, choices, and actions are ours. The rest, the opinions of others, the weather, external circumstances, is not under our domain. When we understand this distinction, we free ourselves from a heavy burden and begin to live more lightly and calmly. Ask yourself, how many times have you stressed over something that, in the end, was beyond your reach? What if instead you could focus your energy on what truly matters, on things you can effectively change? This is the key to a fuller and less anxious life. Stay with us, and we will unveil more about how this simple yet profound shift in perspective can transform your existence. Part 2. The Transitory Nature of Things. As we continue our journey through Stoicism, we encounter an inescapable truth: the transitory nature of all things. Nothing in life is permanent. Everything is in constant flux. Just as the seasons change, so do our lives, our successes, and our failures. The Stoics, like Seneca, taught that we should embrace this transience. In doing so, we learn to value each moment for what it is, without clinging excessively to what we possess or desire. Consider the rose that blooms in the garden. Its beauty is fleeting, but it is this very ephemerality that makes it so precious. This understanding of impermanence frees us from the chains of attachment. When we realize that nothing is eternal, we begin to see the beauty in the present and accept change with more serenity. We do not despair when something or someone is taken from us, for we know this is part of life's natural flow. How many times have you suffered the loss of something you thought indispensable? What if, instead of fighting this loss, you could see it as an opportunity for growth and renewal? This is the wisdom Stoics offer us, a way to find peace and contentment in a constantly changing world. As we move forward, we will see how this acceptance of transience connects to other Stoic lessons, helping us live more fully and consciously. Part 3. The Power of Mind and Perception. Continuing our path, we come across one of the most powerful Stoic lessons: the power of mind and perception. Epictetus taught us that it is not events that disturb us, but our perception of them. This simple truth profoundly impacts how we live our lives. Our mind is a powerful tool that shapes our reality. Two individuals can face the same situation, but their perceptions can be completely different, resulting in divergent experiences. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a balanced and rational perception, avoiding emotional extremes and maintaining serenity. Imagine being stuck in traffic. For some, it's a source of frustration and stress. For others, it can be an opportunity to reflect, listen to music or a podcast. The situation is the same, but the experience is determined by perception. Stoics encourage us to choose perceptions that empower us, rather than weaken us. Practicing the discipline of perception means being aware of how we interpret events around us. When faced with challenges, instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause and reflect: how would a wise Stoic view this situation? This shift in perspective can turn difficulties into opportunities for growth and learning. This lesson invites us to take responsibility for our reactions and emotions. By doing so, we become masters of our own destiny, no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. In the next part, we will explore the art of acceptance, which complements and strengthens this ability to shape our perceptions with wisdom and balance. Part 4. The Art of Acceptance. Advancing in our exploration of Stoicism, we arrive at the art of acceptance. This practice is fundamental to living a full and serene life, and is intrinsically linked to the power of mind and perception. Accepting reality as it is, without futile resistance, is one of the greatest lessons the Stoics have left us. Stoic acceptance is not passive resignation. On the contrary, it is an active and conscious attitude of understanding that some things are beyond our control. By accepting what we cannot change, we save mental and emotional energy, which can be directed towards what we can truly influence. Think of a storm. Fighting against the force of the winds and rains is useless and exhausting. Instead, the Stoics advise us to seek shelter and wait for the storm to pass. This metaphor illustrates the wisdom of accepting life's inevitable adversities without despair, maintaining calm and clear thinking. Accepting reality also helps us better cope with pain and suffering. When we find ourselves in difficult situations, resistance and denial only increase our suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, allows us to face pain with courage and dignity, finding ways to grow from it. The practice of acceptance frees us from the anxiety and stress generated by unrealistic expectations. It teaches us to live in harmony with the nature of things, recognizing that every event has its place in the grand scheme of the universe. In the next part, we will see how this acceptance aligns with the importance of living in the present, another vital lesson of Stoicism. Part 5. The Importance of the Present. Continuing our journey, we reach an essential lesson of Stoicism: the importance of living in the present. The Stoics believed that life should be lived moment by moment, as the present is all we truly possess. The past and the future are abstractions, realities we cannot control or change. When we worry excessively about the past, we waste our energy on something that can no longer be changed. Similarly, worrying about the future often leads us to suffer in anticipation, creating anxieties about events that may never occur. Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on the now, where our life actually happens. Consider the metaphor of a river. The past is the water that has already passed and cannot be recovered. The future is the water that has not yet arrived. The present is the current flowing around us. It is in this present flow that we should concentrate our attention and energy. Living in the present allows us to fully appreciate experiences, learn from each moment, and respond more effectively to challenges that arise. When we are present, our mind is clear and focused, capable of making wise and thoughtful decisions. It is in the now that we find true peace and contentment. Practicing presence requires discipline and awareness. It means observing our thoughts and bringing our attention back to the present whenever it drifts to the past or future. Small daily practices like meditation and gratitude can help cultivate this skill. As we incorporate this practice into our lives, we discover a new way of being, more full and enriching. In the next part, we will explore the value of time, a natural extension of this awareness of the present, teaching us to value each moment as a precious gift. Part 6. The Value of Time. As we deepen our Stoic understanding, we encounter one of the most valuable lessons: the value of time. The Stoics considered time one of life's most precious resources because once spent, it can never be recovered. Seneca, in his letters, warns us about the importance of not wasting time on trivialities. Each moment is a unique opportunity that, if not seized, is lost forever. Recognizing the value of time drives us to live more consciously and intentionally. This means making choices that truly matter, prioritizing what is significant, and letting go of what is futile and superficial. Imagine that each day is a coin you can spend only once. Where will you choose to invest this coin? In useless worries, distractions, or activities that genuinely add value to your life? This reflection helps us be more selective and avoid wasting our most precious asset. Valuing time also leads us to cultivate meaningful relationships and seek experiences that enrich our existence. Spending time with loved ones, learning something new, helping others, these are ways to use time that bring deep satisfaction and personal growth. Time management, then, is not just about productivity, but about living with purpose and awareness. Every moment spent in alignment with our values and goals brings us closer to a full and well-lived life. As we explore this lesson, we will see how it connects with the Stoic virtue, our next step, illuminating the path to a life of integrity and excellence. Part 7. Virtue as the greatest good. As we delve deeper into our journey through Stoicism, we encounter a central principle: virtue as the greatest good. For the Stoics, true wealth does not lie in material possessions or social status, but in moral excellence and virtue. Virtue, in the Stoic view, means living in accordance with reason and nature, cultivating qualities such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Virtue is what gives meaning and direction to our lives. Without it, we are at the mercy of fleeting passions and desires that lead us away from true happiness. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of virtue is the key to a full and meaningful life. When we act with virtue, we are in harmony with our true nature and contribute to the common good. Consider the virtue of wisdom. It allows us to discern what is truly important and make decisions aligned with our values. Justice guides us to treat others with fairness and respect, promoting a sense of community and cooperation. Courage enables us to face challenges and adversities with firmness, while temperance helps us moderate our desires and passions, avoiding excesses. These virtues are not just abstract ideals, but daily practices we can cultivate. By incorporating virtue into our actions, we develop a strong and resilient character, capable of facing any circumstance with serenity and integrity. Virtue, therefore, is the compass that guides us on our journey, ensuring we live according to the highest moral principles. This dedication to virtue leads us to live with purpose and clarity, and it is through this virtuous life that we find true peace and contentment. As we move forward, we will see how this connection to virtue extends to our relationship with the community. The next lesson we will explore, teaching us the importance of living in harmony with others. Part 8. The connection with the community. As we deepen our Stoic understanding, we come to the importance of connection with the community. For the Stoics, humans are by nature social beings. We live in communities, and our actions impact others. Therefore, cultivating harmonious and supportive relationships is essential for a virtuous and full life. The Stoics believed that true happiness cannot be achieved in isolation. We need each other to grow, learn, and mutually support. The practice of justice, one of the Stoic virtues, calls us to treat others with fairness and contribute to collective well-being. When we act justly, we strengthen social bonds and create a more just and compassionate society. Imagine a human body, where each organ plays its part for the well-being of the whole. Similarly, each of us has a role to play in the community. By dedicating ourselves to serving others and the common good, we find a greater purpose that transcends our individual needs. Empathy and compassion are pillars of this community connection. By understanding and sharing others' feelings, we build bridges of understanding and mutual support. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that we are all interconnected and that the good of one is the good of all. Living in harmony with the community does not only mean contributing materially, but also emotionally and spiritually. Small acts of kindness, words of encouragement, and gestures of support are ways to strengthen our connection with others. Each interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue and create a positive impact. As we engage more deeply with our community, we realize that our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others. This understanding motivates us to live according to Stoic principles, not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of all around us. In the next and final part, we will reflect on these lessons and explore how we can integrate these Stoic teachings into our daily lives, concluding our journey with a call to action for a more full and virtuous life. Part 9. Conclusion and final reflection. As we near the end of our journey, it is important to reflect on the Stoic lessons we have explored and how they can be integrated into our daily lives. Stoicism is not just a philosophy to be studied, but a practical guide to living more consciously, serenely, and virtuously. We revisited the illusion of control and learned to focus on what is within our reach, accepting what we cannot change. We understood the transitory nature of things, teaching us to value each moment without excessive attachment. We explored the power of mind and perception, discovering how our interpretations shape our reality. The practice of acceptance showed us the importance of embracing reality with serenity, while living in the present taught us to fully enjoy each moment. We comprehended the value of time, recognizing its preciousness and the need to use it meaningfully. We saw how virtue is the greatest good, guiding our actions and decisions for the common good. Our connection with the community reminded us that we are not alone, and that our happiness is linked to the well-being of others. These lessons, when applied, have the power to transform our lives profoundly and enduringly. Now, it is time to act. Stoicism invites us to live according to these principles daily. It is not enough to understand these lessons intellectually. We need to incorporate them into our actions, thoughts, and attitudes. Each day offers a new opportunity to practice virtue, accept reality, live in the present, and contribute to the common good. As we conclude this reflection, remember that the Stoic journey is continuous. Each moment is a chance to grow and improve. Keep these lessons alive in your heart and mind, and let them guide you toward a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. And so we move forward, armed with the wisdom of the Stoics, ready to face life's challenges with serenity and courage. May this journey be just the beginning of a profound and enduring transformation in your life. Thank you for joining us on this Stoic journey. Remember always, the power to shape our happiness lies in our own hands, and through the constant practice of virtue and understanding of the things within our control, we can find peace and fulfillment. Keep exploring the depths of Stoicism in your daily life. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with others who might benefit from Stoic wisdom. Until next time, may Stoic wisdom light your way.